Well, hello and greetings to you from Niigata, Japan. Charles Begley here at Fantastic Eikaiwa wa Hiroba, Fantastic English Conversation School in Niigata, Japan. Been here for about 35 years now and happily interacting with the Japanese people and helping them to speak the English language. Today our topic is about global English. Of course, we have international English, which is understood between neighboring countries. They speak similarly. Their languages perhaps may be very similar. So their spoken English is usually very similar and understandable among themselves. As it is in Japan, the Japanese speaking with a Japanese dialect or accent can understand each other very well. Sometimes I will listen and say, when are you going to speak English? Not to be rude or uncouth, sorry, I don't mean to ridicule anybody, but the English language, as you know, has a very basic, definite phonics system. So in thinking of speaking English to people around the world, global, it requires us to have a basic phonetic system that we use to learn and speak. That requires us to, yes, learn how to form our mouths differently, to use our expressions, and teach our tools, our mouth and our brain, to say things a little bit differently than perhaps our national language might allow us to. So I would like to dwell on this for a moment, just for clarity. To speak a language, you need to understand the culture, but more than that, the phonetic sounds of their language. Sometimes there are sounds in your local language, in our local languages, that are not in the language we are trying to learn. So I'm trying to relate this to the spoken English language. Yes. You could tell me in English, spoken in your national dialect, something with, like, let's say, let's go to the supermarket. Let's go to the supermarket. It may be easily understood to a Japanese, but it wouldn't be easily understood to a person who was born and raised in the English-speaking country. So if you are wanting to relate to people, speak to people, and have them understand what you are trying to communicate to them, I highly suggest you work on your phonics. Learn to use your mouth a little bit differently. For example, let's talk about a couple letters and a couple words, shall we? Let's use the letters L and the letter R. These are two words in the Asian countries in particular that are very difficult to differentiate the sounds between. The L in American English at the beginning of the word is la. The middle or end is often o. For example, in the word little, l, it, o. Or in the word apple, you have the second sound, o. It's just a raising of the tongue a little bit, no shaping of the mouth inside, just a o. You see, thus we have the pronunciation little. Now let's go to the letter R in the English alphabet. R is pronounced with two basic pronunciations. R, forming of the lips forward, r. And at the end of the word, This is very difficult for some some nationalities. In particular, in Japan, we have a big battle with this. Many people are trying very hard and doing well, and it is still a hump that many Japanese still are trying to climb over, and it seems to be quite a mountain sometimes. But we're making progress. Let's go over that again. The L sound is la, o, and the R sound is r, Let's go over a few words again. Little, apple, straddle, saddle, ladder. Oh, we've got the at the end, don't we? Let's not go but let's go river, water, singer, teacher, lover, dreamer. We have a lot of words that we can practice with, don't we? So it takes you learning. It takes us making effort to use the muscles in our face, use the muscles in our mouth, to make the sounds that we're not used to hearing or using. It may not be in our local language. So let's go over the two letters again, L and R. Little, river. Well, we could put those together and say little river. There are many other words too. Lilies. I really like lilies. Do you like lilies? I really like lilies. Lilies are really pretty, aren't they? Well, these are just a couple of words that might help you really learn English in a lighter way to be able to communicate what you want to say. So in thinking about phonics, thinking about pronunciation and word usage and differentiating between letters and sounds, if you have any questions, any ideas, or anything you would like to know, please drop me a line below. I'd love to hear comments from you in the comment section. You can subscribe if you like what is being said here. Do give me a like, even for this one video, and I'll be waiting for your comments in regards to English phonetic pronunciation in a global lingo. So let's keep it strong, going around the world, so that many people can understand what we are trying to say in English. Over and out from Charles for Charles's English Fluency Tips. Good connections to you. Thank you and goodbye.